table that discussion and you bring back a particular.
I want you to think about it
think
at
we-
the next meeting, because I don't want you to do a knee jerk. I want you to really think about it, sit down, look at those numbers, look at, because you've got all of those figures, they're there, because we want to be fair, and you tell us what you think you want to accept.
Because, that contract, that contract, again, I would suggest talking to Matt Walker, if I could even return my call, to see what they did. It was,
They've been out of similar contract.
yeah, and I had to pay those extra bonuses. It was amazing. You got a doctor with 8 to 5, someone working 14 hours, they make some bank on it. But again, it's all going to depend how successful this advertisement's going to go. So I like to see a clause in there, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year, because we don't want you to be overloading. And
Well, I think if the alternative is it's 95 with the 10% or the 100, is that the alternative or?
I don't think they offered an alternative, they just offered that. 95 and the details of this to be worked out.
Because based on what I'm hearing, I think I could agree to that. I like that idea. So,
But I think it would be best for you.
But we don't want you to do, I don't want you to do that tonight, and then, and if you did, we want another attorney to look at it, because you can't write your own.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm thinking, right now, it's $396,507 months. If you only collected 20% of that the first year, that's $80,000 in our pocket.
absolutely.
Total, and a $15,000 raise. So I mean, even 20% a year, that's a 4-year deal, and I'm not sure you can collect any faster than that. I don't know, even if you wind up at 10%, really, it's a win-win. So I think we should move forward on the 95 and have the other, because you're going to
We
just,
can do that too.
you just barely got this thrown at you. But on top of that, you two at you tonight, that you go after the link. So you have got no track record on that. You're going to have some time, so I would like to move that we increase Leo to 95,000 and have him for
The next agenda item for the second.
second one, correct? Because it's a contract after that.
Yeah.
It'll probably be September 8th for the agenda on that.
I just got to tell Jennifer so she gets it on the next agenda. Again, the wording, I think, again, we consulted the hospital. I think it was called a production bonus. Process, if you process patients as production. I can't remember the whole thing.
And there may be a better legal term for it.
Yeah, so who's the hospital?
That's why I
attorney?
want you to take time and.
Yeah, it's like we could do it and council can hire outside counsel to review it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the motion from Councilman Spear is to increase the attorney's wages to $95,000 annually and requesting the attorney to come back at a future meeting with a proposal along the lines suggested by Councilman Hopper, a production bonus type of thing.
The deal with the loons.
So I have a motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Councilman Hopper. Any further discussion? Anything anyone else would like to add? Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
All in favor? Any opposed? Carried as ordered. Item 8, Councilman Spear, Councilman Howard, discussion only, update on Porter Group efforts on the city of Ealy's behalf to secure federal and state funding.
I don't think we have much new to report just because I don't, I'm still pretty excited the fact that 2.4 million made it into the bill from the senator, so I think that, I wouldn't hold my breath, but I think it's a 99% chance of that being passed. Because this has been a really good program. We're going to be meeting with them again, but nothing new, and I don't think we're going to have a whole lot new.
After the elections.
Yeah, because they're all going home on break on the 26th of September or something, and they don't expect them back until after the election. Well, then after the election, it's Thanksgiving, and after Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, so I'm thinking we're probably looking at it in New Year. They said December, but realistically, what does he want to say? Because politics is slow.
Probably not.
Whatever. Anyway,
Anything else to add?
that's it, folks.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, item 9, Councilman Howard, discussion for possible action, consideration to advertise the city's property on Belford Avenue for sale to develop housing project.
Okay, this was on the agenda, as I, Jennifer Bird Dog got getting pilot search, good heavens, what a drawn out thing. Yeah, we got it done by the completed. So when we brought it up about putting the mini homes in there, we talked, we traveled with a couple contractors, and they looked at it. There's a local contractor, their office manager made a comment, advertise could you advertise this property? Property's hard to get within the city limits. It'd be an ideal place for apartments. So, and the tiny home thing, you know, what happened in the hospital, it's gone. I'm not throwing the tiny home thing to the side, but if there's apartments in there, one of the key things too, that would entice somebody to develop in this, is it's also in the redevelopment district. So there's money in the redevelopment, we could put in some of the infrastructure, sort of put bait out there to, come in, hey, yeah, you know, we
Like
can
the
do that.
curb and gutter
Correct.
and water.
Yeah, water, so the redevelopment will cover that. But if that's the case, you know, and I know our crews are busier than heck, we need to spruce up those trees a little bit. So you're gonna go look at it, we don't gotta be cutting, picking elm trees. I'm not saying cut them all down, good heavens, you know, some of them have to fit, we need to trim them. They've done a good job moving some of the dirt out of there. And once we get the legal boundary and put some stakes in so there's no dirt to move, make the lot look presentable. But we need to advertise that, I don't know how we advertise it, go through a realtor or whatever, but we got options for tiny homes there or apartment complex.
Can we, I love this idea, but, you know, I mean, just seen what happened with the county not too long ago on some of the property that we, should we put a deed restriction or a timetable on when it has to be developed in the sale?
I believe so, yeah, I can double check it.
But what Councilman Norwood just said was tiny home, that he prefers an apartment building, which I think we really helps a lot, because of course, multiple family. That I don't think I don't know what the fair market value would be if we would come in under that, or if we would try to have them come in with.
As I recall, when the city disposed of that property on Reno, we declared something like, it was in the best interest of the city to dispose of this below market value, just so we could get it in the city's hands.
I think that's a good one, because that's one of the deep restriction.
You know, we have a local contractor that made mention about building apartments. We also have the one which, with Craig's work, off-site development, you bring it in, and it's put together like a puzzle, and they pass all things that are made out of concrete and every other darn thing. And that individual, that company has been hounded and hounded for this. So once again, we'll throw it out again. Every time you throw the bait out there, just looks at it, doesn't bite on it. So, but that's just an idea, another idea for that Belfort. It's in, once again, redevelopment. We got redevelopment funds available to help
Well,
us.
and to speak of those redevelopment funds, it might behoove the council to maybe direct the city engineer to come up with some costs to do some of those improvements that you suggested, the curb and gutter and water and sewer laterals, while the attorney looks up possible disposal methods.
Doesn't the redevelopment money, if it increases the money, the property, the city gets annual improvement?
Yes, true.
Where we don't make it outside that, so this is a win for the city of for a change.
Yeah.
What's the pleasure of the council on this item?
It's your agenda item, go to
No, I'll make a motion to advertise this property Belfort for future development.
I'll second that.
Figure out how to do it, but we'll do it.
Motion from Councilman Norwood, I have a second from Councilman Spear. Any further discussion?
And then we can just go ahead and direct those guys to review,
Clean up.
just looking at it and everything that they would need to.
As far as the attorney looking at proper disposal
Right,
methods,
and then,
the engineer looking at
Yes.
doing some of those improvements. Are you paying attention to that, Craig? Okay. Yeah, the curb and gutter and water and sewer laterals.
We can have to drop an agreement before we re-advertise, so they know that they're going to have some timelines and deed restrictions. So they, normally if you have deed restriction, you quote that, then you forfeit.
Well, maybe we need to dangle the carrot first, if when it bites on it. It's gonna be, maybe they're gonna put 3 houses in or apartments, and I think they don't want to scare them off.
We could just advertise it for sale to begin with and see
Yeah,
what
see what
comes up. Or whether we're accepting proposals for disposal.
Maybe proposals, I agree with Councilman Spear, we don't want to get strung out like the county did, and have
Oh, yeah.
close the land,
We
lots
won't
of
let
land,
that
not build on it. We need to
It's gotta be in that to begin with.
Yeah.
The sales rate, it's gotta be there for you.
So the motion is to put the property up for sale, and you guys to accept proposals for purchase, like we do any of the things we get.
Yeah, and then if needed, I can draft something up prior to actually
Next meeting?
advertising.
Next meeting is next week,
Or, about September.
September 8th.
I can try to have something.
Okay, is that acceptable, the motion or the motion? Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Item 10. We're in the home stretch here. Councilwoman Williams, start by discussion of possible action, approval of resolution 2022-09 to amend the salary ranges for the positions of the various appointed officials.
My reason for this, and you may have the job duties of each of these, but and if we don't, and if we haven't updated them in a while, I'd like to see a complete job description of exactly what these folks do. It also helps down the line if we were to lose Jeanette, which is not going anywhere. So we can, if we've got to look at other people coming in, it will help us judge where they would be in the midst of these salaries, according to, because someone may come in and have almost everything that we need, but not quite. And that would help us determine where they're gonna fall on the scale. So like I said, if you have them already, excuse me for asking, but if not, let's get a good job description and up-to-date 22-23 job description. And I'm not asking for a timeline, because I'm really not sure how long that will take.
Well, the code already provides for job descriptions for each position. I mean, if you need to review that, if council would like to review that, we can table this. I mean,
That's what I recommend.
but it is in the
I think some
code,
of them need massage, sure.
the job description.
So, and part of just the function of this, the ranges can be changed via resolution, but those kind of things would have to be changed via ordinance, is that right? And that's fine. I would feel better if we were doing it all at once in an ordinance rather than a resolution personally, but.
Because I think the only true job description we have right now is fire chief, and the one that we have with Craig was presented today, the job qualification. Because the previous administration hired a financial person that was qualified about the job description, and look what happened. We went broke. That's what the qualifications stated. So I think we need to look at that. And I went through the present ones for the HR director and the treasurer and the city clerk. Now we got a new one coming up for that director of public works. So I don't have a problem with the ranges, because I think we need to start out because these are older than dirt, probably, older than hell. But we need to have job description's gonna follow, because when she retires, it's gonna be somebody coming in with, we don't have to have her sit around for $10,000 a month for 5 months.
I'll do
One of the issues that they're up against too, though, is that we will be doing the fire chief's
Yes.
review here at the next meeting.
Yep.
Right.
And he's already at the statutory limit there for
He
that.
is, and once again, like you said, to change the ordinance is a whole lot longer process,
Yeah.
where going through these now, just to do these ranges, you can do it now.
I don't have a problem with, this is not in order to approve the ranges.
Oh, okay.
No, that doesn't have
That's what
anything.
you want to do, is
No,
all at once.
You did an excellent job on this. I'm just saying, I would just like to.
Which, if you want to open that up, yes, I mean, that's.
Yes, that's all I'm asking.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with this
Because we
passing.
do need to get the building official, where we're gonna get,
No, this is,
Yeah,
this is
we
something
got-
that I
we
should
got-
see.
we
put
got a
into the
big one
ordinance.
next meeting that really needs to be addressed.
So the council could, if they so choose, they could approve this resolution and we could do,
Resolution.
I don't want to stop this at all. I'm just saying I would like to see.
The only thing on this, Mary Lynn, is if we approve this, and let's just say, heavens forbid, Jeanette has to leave. We have a job description, and we're gonna get, somebody might not be qualified. Because we got a job description that doesn't go with what we're trying to pay here. So that's my concern. And again, the fire chief, we just done his job description a year and a half ago, and Craig's is in this packet right here, qualifications, that need to be fine tuned. The judge, and I don't mess with them, but all the other stuff, you know, we need to make sure it's up to date, modern,
Right, that's all
so
I'm.
not back and forth.
So how do we do this so this doesn't affect what, because we're in
Well, you
agreement, we're good with
change
this.
some and not the others if you want to. You can pick and choose. You don't have to do it carte blanche.
I
And
think
if I
that's
may-
belonging.
To address Councilman Allworth's concern, there is under 16L, 1-6L-5 of the city code, it's specifically for city treasurer, human resource director, and it
Because that
provides a
was
whole
there
list of
for you
duties
too.
for that position. So
Yeah, there's, I think there's
it may
one
already be
there.
provided in the code.
So you're
Oh, you
saying,
want to expand on it then?
Well, we need to look at it, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably only sat there and looked at the treasurer, HR, and the city clerk's thing during this review.
but now, and again, I don't want to prolong this, but are all of these in the code? If they're all in the code.
Except the building official.
Building official,
Which is what we added, but it was sort of in another area of the code, not a lot, but.
I just want to make sure,
Well, and that's fine. I mean, you guys, of course, you can go look at those. We can expand on the job descriptions. That's no
so
problem.
should,
It's
so,
just a matter of, that's a longer process is what they were trying to say.
well, so
to
how can
address
we
the
do
issue,
this? Yes.
What we could do is the council could approve the resolution just for the fire chief's issue tonight. That way, that won't interfere with his review. And then we could do it all, everything else along with the code revision when we look at the other things. That is an
That's
option.
fine. I don't hold anything. I'm good with that. So whatever you said.
I don't remember what I said here, that's too late.
So the only issue I'm seeing is that there's probably have to be a redrafting of the resolution, because this is the actual resolution as typed out, includes all.
Okay, but you can always amend something, right? Right, so can you have something and then amend it? Because I don't want to mess with this tonight and,
I don't even know how to handle this. Someone needs to make a motion. What?
but it's something that needs to be done. I don't hear us disagreeing that it shouldn't be, but I don't want to stop the short tonight.
that's the resolution we're talking about.
I know.
See that?
Didn't you say that the fire chief was already capped out on?
85,000.
Yes, the fire chief is already maxed out on what the
Current.
current is.
This
And
is
then
gonna-
let me also state on the building official, because they weren't on here originally. So, that was just put in there because we want to add this into the ordinance and to put this on here to add the pay scale.
It is not on building weapons.
No, because it's not.
So
Now,
is it
neither
better,
is HR director.
so is it better that I say?
And you know what, you're right. the
Because
HR
right now,
is not.
the HR director, looking at your thing, is about this
No,
long.
didn't we, I thought when we put that in there, we did it at HR director, and then we also did the HR/treasurers.
I think that what I read, it was city treasurer / HR director, when I went over your review. And it's
So
about
I
that
thought
long
it was
that HR
single-
director does.
what- Yeah,
Okay, so let me backtrack. Is it better that we do this because Pat's the last person? And then for the next meeting, say I would like to see new, updated.
well, Pat
That's
will
gonna take a
be
long
last,
time to run it all
still be here in the judges, we're going to do it.
He's the only one that we have this issue for,
Yes,
right?
what's that?
He's the only one we have this particular issue.
Yes. Because right now, there is no cap on the building official.
Oh. Well,
He knows his list.
I think what the council could do also is potentially table this, approve anything for the fire chief, and then we would have to try to hurry and get a new resolution on before he's actually paid that amount, before it kicks in.
I think the treasurer would grouch at us about having to retroactively fix that.
Yes,
Okay.
I don't like to do retroactively because it's not just retroactive.
All right, so,
It's paid, it's also having to redo all the purchase reports.
so let's do
along with
this. Let's forget I said anything,
Good.
knowing that I'm gonna ask, after this is done, for us to get a complete new job description of everything, okay? So we'll do it
it.
that
Are
way.
you gonna, should we
not the agenda item, that's.
But I'm just saying, so I'll get.
What is the
this
pleasure of the
together.
council on this agenda item, second of all?
I propose we accept.
We accept the ranges as proposed to by
Yes.
the.
We move it, to approve the resolution.
Yes.
Do I have a second?
The only heartache I have is the time it's gonna take to do all these, and if something happens with one of our employees, and we gotta hire somebody with an old job description. That's the only heartburn I have.
And it's a justified heartburn.
So I'd like that, just doing, whatever that resolution is, zero in on the fire chief.
Can we just do the fire chief?
I don't know.
I mean, they'd have to drop a new resolution.
Yeah, we have to drop them all.
But can we approve the resolution with those deletions?
So nobody die and nobody quit. Let's do what's here and let's hurry up and get this thing
That
done.
would be easy.
Unless you can make your motion the word, job description, something, I'm trying to think of the wording.
Well, if somebody quits or something happens, somebody will come up with a job description before we get back on.
Let me take a crack at Jim's suggestion here then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me take a crack at Jim's suggestion. It's to approve the resolution with the understanding that the next meeting, we will be reviewing the issue of the code job description. Is that your suggestion?
You
Okay.
have no week?
Jerry Lynn, that's your
I'm
motion.
good with that.
We'll do the fire chief first.
No,
Okay.
just like that, but so, just be talking that during the item would be to discuss job descriptions.
The item would be to
Posting tomorrow.
The item would be to discuss amendments to the code job descriptions. Review an amendment to the code job description.
Okay.
Is that,
I
yeah,
personally think it'd be easier to do one at a time instead of go through everybody at once.
and I think that's a motion that could be made during that.
Starting
For
with
the
fire
next
chief.
meeting,
Yeah.
yeah.
If that's the way you
That's a
want to
good
go.
idea.
That's a good one. So, okay, we have a motion. Jerry Lynn, that's the one you want to make, right?
Yes.
Do I have a second?
Good job, sir.
Second, anybody? Second from Councilman Carson, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? One more item. Item 11, council member, city attorney, discussion for possible action, approval of the cooperative interlocal agreement for jury administration services between White Pine County and the city of Ely. Motion to approve, do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Councilman Weinstopper. Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, great. We'll move on to public comment. Please state your name for the record, you'll have 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, it's fine getting the folks are taking care of employees, and that's all good. But you're doing nothing for the business community, nothing at all. Downtown is shrinking. There may be 1 or 2 businesses that are doing fine, but other than that, there's nothing. I've asked, what are we going to do with the grandstand? Nobody wants to sit on grass terrace. I want an answer. Are you going to move it? Are you going to sell it? You haven't even answered the question on the 300 or 490 feet of steel pipe that's taken out of Murray Street. That's years. I want an answer. I know of 3 minority-owned businesses, 3 women applied for the American Rescue Plan. I don't know if any of them got any money. One of them got a loan which you paid back. They need equal consideration. You gave Garnet thousands. Not only you guys, but the county. And these poor women got 0. You got to stop that. The Garnet runs on volunteer help, and you guys are just tossing money at it. I was surprised you guys gave a refund on the business license. Always getting business, we hope for the best, and then along comes you guys, oh, they're having a tough time. We all are. But there's no refund. Shame on you. You talk about collecting monies, utilities, it doesn't collect a dime that I know of from the S&S tract rental. Millions. Millions. Collect the money. Collect the money for what? Just put some property and you're going to compete against the private sector. As long as there's property available, you have no business. NRS 281. I got that memo. gonna have the fire department, discharge fire extinguishers, because nobody else is doing it. Oh, you're competing against the private sector. Okay, now, you guys are almost better than the county. They sold 13 lots for $100, and the developer sold at least 4 to another guy, and he's selling for $37,500. I got lots I can't use. Yet within 100 feet of me, people are using them. I want to do the same thing. But you people gave me citations. I had to evict my people. You selectively enforcing the law. You need to stop the discrimination because what's going to happen is your federal monies are going to put a kink in. You're not complying with the law. Mr. Prater, there's not a catch basin or drain at the bottom of 7th Street where there's sections of Avenue C, 6-inch drain.
Thank you, Mr. Chen.
You need to address these.
Thank you. That's
I
your
want some
presence, Mr.
answers,
Chen.
Mayor.
Is there any other public comment?
Yes, I am finished.
Thank you. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Mr.
So moved.
Do I second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Carry on.
Yeah, what's that?
This has been a Georgetown production. George Chach is reporting.